We're into February. Now, how do you figure that? Time just seems to fly. And while I'm sitting here, I'm 2 weeks out of my major slippage. And still have a Charlie horse in the back there. I know it's there. Don't want to cough. I certainly don't want to sneeze. But things are much better. And I hope things are good for you too. I just want to take a moment and just reflect on something, if you don't mind. It's in Proverbs chapter 26, or actually 25, I'm sorry. Verse 16, it says, "Have you found honey?" Now, honey is obviously a very sweet substance. It says, "Eat only what you need, lest you have it in excess and you vomit it." Well, that's not a real pleasant picture, is it? The point is, and I think for all of us, probably the happiest people that I've met in my life were oftentimes, almost without exception, the people that had the least. They had perhaps some of the greatest struggles. We have people in our congregation right now that are struggling through some severe trials, physical trials, things that are challenging in their life, and yet I'm amazed at how happy these people are. God allows things to happen in our life, and we certainly would want everything to be just as we want it. I'm sure you've been around individuals that have everything that they could ever want, and yet they're miserable. God puts us in a position of need. Not a bad place to be. A place of dependence and trust. I continue to think back to, as a child, my grandparents living, dirt farmers, but totally dependent. Every day they were reminded of the necessity of God's care, whether the rain would come, and if it didn't come, how were they going to make it? They had to trust. It was just a simple sense of dependence. And yet I know people and have met people oftentimes that have so much and yet are so miserable. I don't know about you. Later on in the book of Proverbs, it says, "Don't give me too much, lest I, forget you. Too little, lest I steal." There's this happy place to be where we're thankful for the things that God has given to us. We're blessed because we know that He's with us, and that anything that we have to confront, that we never confront these things alone, that God Himself is walking with us in the midst of it. And that as time goes on and our lives change, which they do, He doesn't change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He'll always be with us. He'll never leave us. He'll never forsake us. We know these verses in our heart. These are things that comfort us. I love the fact in John 14 and verse 19. It could be a fact or it could be a fact. I think it's a fact. In John 14:19, Jesus said, "Look, I'm not going to leave you as orphans." We're not abandoned. God is with us. Doesn't matter what we go through. And we learn to appreciate the little that we have, oftentimes by the lack thereof. That God just gives us a sense of thankfulness. We can see things in a much more clear and beautiful light just because we get to compare it to where we're at. I hope you're thankful today. I hope God blesses you with a sense of happiness that only He can give you, that blessedness of the blessed man there in Psalm 1, because we walk with God. Well, till next time, friends, be blessed, be happy.